Hello and welcome back with me, Admiral. Joining me back on Star Trek Fleet Command once again. We're going to be talking this episode predominantly about the event that's just taken place, and we're going to see if it comes up again in the future. Hopefully it does, so that they can change and implement it in a different manner. I want to get your thoughts and opinions on this event, or whether it was just me. Let me just move this camera. Whether it was just me, maybe it was just me, I don't know. But the Armada event, some of you are going to find it incredibly easy to do. Some of you will have found it, I wouldn't say difficult, because it certainly wasn't difficult, but it was certainly frustrating, I would say, to do. But due to the fact that, one, you could only damage, obviously, Federation Klingon or Romulan. It wasn't just any Armada, so it had to be a faction Armada to start with. And not only that as well, is last time I checked, for the sort of, before you go into deep space, there's only really sort of 3 systems that you can go and attack high-end sort of armadas. And then 3 systems are going to be Groombridge, they're going to be Eden, I think it is called, yeah, Eden, and the other one is down in Klingon territory called Orsva. And they're the 3 systems really that you can attack, the 3 different types of armadas. And the good thing about these are probably the highest before you go sort of deep space type of armadas, or certainly further afield. And most people should be able to access these different armadas in the system. That one doesn't even have any in, for example. See if we can go to Eden and see what is there. So you got 38 rares in here. You've got the 39 epics, I believe, or 37 epics, and you get 39 uncommons. So that's what's in here. And again, they are incredibly useful systems. However, there just isn't enough of them, and they need to spread out. Even if it's just the uncommons and you don't move the rares and the epics, they need to spread out the actual uncommon armadas to more systems like this around the sort of, the level 60 planet systems, whether it be Sol, Romulus, or Kronos, I think it's called. And they need to spread them out more of the higher level ones, because there's so many times where you're going to click on a mod and someone else has already taken it. And to be honest, it took me up until, I think it was about 2 o'clock today, just to complete that one mission or event. So I did manage to obviously complete it, as you can see, but it did take quite some time. I just think they can update or upgrade all the amount. I know they have increased the amount of time, or they've decreased the amount of time it takes for an armada to spawn back in. But to be honest, with events like this, when there's, on my server alone, there's over 600 people, just trying to all get access to the same system, the same armadas, the same targets. It does clutter everything up, and it makes the event incredibly difficult to do, when it shouldn't actually be that difficult to do, in my opinion. It should be a relatively straightforward event, and the only time constraint part of it should be the fact that you have to wait 15 minutes for obviously the armada countdown to obviously then the armada activates, or the battle commences, and then you can move on to another armada. But that obviously wasn't the case in some cases that I found, because at the end of the day, your entire alliance, friends, are all fighting for the same spots that you can fill only, say, 4 or 5, or mainly 4 or 5 at this point in my alliance, for example. And yet we have 79 players that want to all fill them 4/5 slots. It's incredibly difficult to do, and I feel like they should definitely start increasing the amount of armadas that you can get, even if it's just the uncommons. I feel like that will be more beneficial than cramming them all into one system. Obviously, it's technically 3 systems. I'm going to talk predominantly about a faction, but it's technically 3 systems, obviously, due to the fact that you can get them in other. I know you can get them obviously elsewhere, such as these types of systems as well. However, these are smaller armadas, so these aren't the 39s before anyone says anything. These are the 36 uncommons, 37, uncommons, as you can see there, and they are significantly weaker. You can still get the level 38 rares, which is nice, But where's the level 39s? And I feel like they can start putting them sort of everywhere. I don't feel, even if it's just one or even two per, every other system around this sort of region, around this region, should be full of them, in my opinion, just so that if events like this do crop up, everyone can get access to at least the uncommons. Yes, fight over the rares, fight over the epics, because they are obviously the luxurious ones that you do want. But the uncommon should be everywhere, hence the name Uncommon Armada. Well, technically speaking, uncommon means they're not obviously they're not all over the place. Obviously, otherwise they'd be called common armadas. But maybe they need to increase that type of armada. Instead of an uncommon armada, have a common type of armada where you get them everywhere. They're again of a slightly less power, but you can get them in sort of any sort of system. You know what I mean? Or something like that. But they've sort of seemed to have backed themselves into a corner with regards to the naming of them, i.e. uncommon, rare, and obviously epic. I feel like they can just put them more at places. Please let me know your thoughts down below, whether you feel the same as me or whether you think that what we have is enough. Like I say, I managed to do it, but quite frankly, it took me a hell of a lot longer than I anticipated. And I probably, most of you out there sort of, I'm not going to say struggled, because it wasn't a struggle. It certainly was not a struggle. So I'm not saying it was a hard event. I'm just saying that they could make it easier for everybody by increasing the number of armadas and things out there that you can hit. But yeah, please leave your thoughts down below. I'll be very interested. Don't forget, as always, thumbnail, where's Winston? Leave your comments down below. I've only had one person commenting so far of where is Winston. So again, please leave the comments down below of where he is if you want to play the game. And also look out for the new naming of the ship, which will be coming out later today in a community post that I'll put out later today. Leave your vote on it. As always, join the Discord down below if you want to access an array of different information and my information predominantly. So leave your, go and join the Discord down below. Link is in there. And as always, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more in the future. Other than that, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now, and fly safe.